there is abundant evidence that we are being contacted, that civilizations have been visiting us for a very long time.
Former astronaut and scientist Brian O'Leary died on the 28th of July 2011, not long after making a significant announcement. In August of 1967, the National Space Agency of the United States, NASA, was in the process of selecting its sixth group of astronauts, and he was chosen to be a member of that group. O'Leary served on the faculty of Princeton University's Department of Physics for a good number of years. According to him, there is a significant body of evidence suggesting that extraterrestrial beings travel to and observe Earth in some capacity. He asserted that advanced civilizations landed on Earth a long time ago, and that these civilizations have technology based on consciousness. As discussed by Dr. Brian O'Leary, there is a lot of evidence that aliens have contacted us and that these civilizations have been visiting us for a very long time, even though their appearance may be weird from any traditional materialistic point of view. These visitors employ technologies that can alter one's consciousness, such as the toroid, and use co-rotating magnetic disks for propulsion systems. These technologies appear to be the one thing that all UFOs have in common. Dr. Brian O'Leary was born on the 27th of January, 1940. Unfortunately, he was found to have intestinal cancer and subsequently passed away from a heart attack. NASA selected him to be a member of the sixth group of astronauts in August of 1967, making him one of the astronauts who participated in that group. It was common practice to refer to the individuals who comprised this team as the scientist astronauts. Dr. O'Leary received a Bachelor of Arts degree in physics from Williams College in 1961 after completing his studies there. After that, he pursued further education at the University of California, Berkeley, where he eventually received a PhD in astronomy in 1967. He was the secretary of the American Geophysical Union's Planetology section and a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. In addition, he was the group leader for the NASA Ames Summer Study on Space Settlement's Asteroid Resources Working Group. He was the first president of the New Energy Management and one of the few people who started the International Association for New Science and the New Energy Movement. He also taught physics at Princeton University, and the World Innovation Foundation gave him a fellowship. Following O'Leary's departure from NASA in 1968, Carl Sagan extended an invitation to him to give a lecture at Cornell University. Between 1968 and 1969, he worked as an astronomy research associate. Between 1969 and 1971, he was an assistant professor. While he was at Cornell, he did some research on lunar mascons. As a visiting researcher, O'Leary spent the academic year of 1970 to 1971 at the California Institute of Technology. Within the Mariner 10 Venus-Mercury TV science team, he served as the team's deputy team leader. An award for collective success was bestowed upon the group as a token of NASA's appreciation for their efforts. During an interview with Kerry Cassidy of Project Camelot, he discussed Carl Sagan and provided some fascinating insights. O'Leary and Sagan had been friends for quite some time, but when O'Leary decided to leave Cornell, the friendship between the two ended. Following his departure, O'Leary began investigating some of Carl's previous work. He claimed that Carl Sagan altered the famous face at Cydonia on Mars, photographed by Viking in 1975, and resembled a human face before it was released to the public. He said that it was very disappointing to him because not only was Carl wrong, but he also had fudged data. He claimed that the face was nothing more than a natural formation when he published a photograph of it in the widely read publication Parade magazine, but he altered the photograph so that it did not appear to be a face. O'Leary published a paper in May 1990 titled Analysis of Images of the Face on Mars and Possible Intelligent Origin, which further demonstrated his skepticism on the topic. It was presented in the Journal of the British Interplanetary Society, Volume 43, Issue 5, which was where it was published. In addition, O'Leary made some statements on the record. He said that he began to realize, directly from the scientific point of view, not only through hearsay, that the man was conspiring with NASA, that there may be more to this than what was initially thought. Carl served alongside several other notable individuals on a committee. There was a report that was issued by the Brookings Institution in 1961, and that's about when he knew Carl, and it's during those years when he worked closely with him, that he and some other group said, if any ETs ever showed up on Earth, it has to be covered up. That is the only way that we're going to be able to handle this situation, because if we don't, then it would be too much of a culture shock for us to handle. During the International Forum on New Science that took place in Fort Collins, Colorado on the 18th of September 1994, Dr. O'Leary made a statement saying that a secret group within the United States government has been keeping the masses away from UFOs and extraterrestrial contact for nearly 50 years. We are in communication with advanced civilizations from beyond our planet, and there is probably a select group working within the CIA, NSA, and DIA to keep this information hidden from public view. This select few are fully aware of the importance of maintaining confidentiality. This cosmic cover-up about UFOs, mind control, genetic engineering, free energy, and anti-gravity is child's play compared to the Watergate scandal and the Iran-Contra affair. O'Leary suggested that not only is there a presence from another planet here on Earth, but also that there is a face on Mars. In addition, he was the author of the book's introduction that was included in Stephen Greer's Hidden Truth, Forbidden Knowledge. The book's topic is suppressed extraterrestrial technologies such as free energy and anti-gravity, and the presence of extraterrestrials on Earth. Other scientific experts also had something to add. According to Lord Admiral Hill Norton, a former Chief of Defense Staff, there is a significant possibility that we are currently being visited by people from outer space, by other civilizations, and that these visits have been going on for a significant amount of time. Who they are, where they actually come from, and what they want should be the focus of rigorous scientific investigation rather than being the subject of most rubbish by tabloid newspapers. Various statements were also made by Theodore C. Loder III, Professor Emeritus of Earth Sciences at the University of New Hampshire, saying that intelligent beings from other star systems have visited our planet Earth in the past and are doing so in the present, and they're known by a variety of names, including visitors, others, star people, ETs, and so on. This isn't a matter of speculation or wishful thinking. They are currently visiting Earth. Paul Hellyer, who used to be the Defense Minister of Canada, also added that there are extraterrestrials among us, and it is highly likely that at least 2 of them are employed by the government of the United States. Back in the 1970s, visitors from other planets cautioned us about the direction in which we were heading and offered their assistance. But instead of that, we, or at least some of us, took their visits as a threat and decided to open fire first and then question what happened. Because, well, he's very much aware that this is the case, and in fact, they may have been coming to our planet for countless generations. Richard Wagamese, Ojibwe ancestry author, said that people have stories about star people who visited our ancestors many, many generations ago. The star people traveled with them, bringing with them spiritual teachings, stories, and maps of the cosmos, all of which they freely offered. They were generous, loving, and an excellent example to follow. People say that when they left us, there was a loneliness that could not be compared to anything else.
Whoa, 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 what's going on up there? There's 2 of them.
Who is that?
Look, drop!